One.
Alright, she walks distributing. The beer is cold, the spirits are great, and two of the best ever at my bookends. It is Mark Nemisak and Gail's back for a command performance. You saw him earlier at the Brighton Hot Dog Shop. And we've got a cavalcade of stars here tonight, including the man behind the brand, Jimmy Klein. Let's talk about the remodel and what he's done here. Go ahead, Gail.
A lot of change since I've been little, but I love it. He's done an exceptional job from the exterior to the interior. Can't ask for more.
Man, talk about this place.
Oh, it's just like in Windows alone over there for 20 grand. Remember how tight that was in the backside that walked through here? Jimmy's done a nice job working over here. He put a lot of money down this place in Bridgewater, but it's just a pride and joy.
All right, we're going to give our great photographer, our videographer, who happens to be his cousin, grew up in that Riverside community. What I want you to do is slowly, about 30 seconds, walk around the room here, show a little bit, and come on back up.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, take off.
We don't even flinch.
I don't know.
All right,
And we're back.
we're back. Okay, let's talk about your most memorable Super Bowl vacation getaway. You've been around a little bit. You were in Pasadena for that 79 championship. Talk about it.
1980,
Yeah, with January of 80, 79 team.
Steelers and Rams.
Vince
What?
Ferragamo.
$30 was the face value of the tickets then.
Really?
But I watched the first quarter on the Steelers sideline and smacked Jack Lambert on the ass and said, "Go stick him, Jack." Before they told me to go back to my seat, but my seat was on the 5-yard line, 2 rows up, so it was his right there. Yeah, that was the most nice.
Three Rivers.
You ever been to a big game? I'll be honest with you. I'd rather be here
100%.
at Jimmy Page watching it than on the 50-yard line in Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas will cost you a lot of money on the 50-yard line.
How old are you?
I'll be 50.
Okay, I'm 67. Wait till you're 60. You'll agree with me. You'll get it. All right, Eddie Shewalk distributing. All these great cars in this region. We know who they are. And let's just give them all a little bit of love. Of course, in New Brighton, right down the street, legendary corner grill. They're going to be doing their thing. I absolutely love what Ed Shewalk has done. He's got relationships with everyone. Monaco Sons of Italy, obviously the Monaco Draft House, places I've gone my entire life. So, what do you think business means for that type of business on this big game day? This is huge for the local distributor, right?
Football fans are all beer drinkers. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't put one without the other. It's like Kool-Aid, no sugar, ketchup, no burger. You know what I mean? Like, beer, Super Bowl, synonymous. Alcohol in general, food, everything. But Shewalk, top notch.
And he started here from my cousin as a chef, and now he's a saloon owner, Jay Woolley, down there in Woolley Bullies. I mean, food, listen, as far as I'm concerned, that's what can make or break you. More so than anything else, you gotta have good food.
The
Right?
menu has to be top notch.
Let's talk about what used to be in this place. Many years ago, before my cousin was Brighton, before King's Inn, the Devo name, it was here. My father and I would stop after a haircut. I'd get a woohoo chocolate pot, bag of chips, he'd throw back a couple of beers, a couple of shots of Crown Royal, and drive everyone home safely. But talk about your grandfather, this place, that family, that name.
Oh, my grandpa Walt Debo was synonymous. I mean, from the Notary all the way back to Debo's Beer Garden, Pete's Deli, which is now Shoes. That is something that my family prided themselves in and all worked through. Those long nights with the parents being stressed out, and that's back then. You know, obviously you got to enjoy it. I did not. I don't think my grandfather would have been a great bartender. He was a little too strict. He's a little too strict in my knowledge, but he was also older. He was probably in his 60s when I started to like drive with him too.
The Yankees had Ruth and Gary. We had Walt Debo and Duke Miller.
Dukes.
I mean, come on.
And the Yankees hurt.
So wait, Dukes is what I used to go in and sweep out while nobody was in there, standing room only for a bag of chips and a can of pop.
I do it today for that.
Oh, I would too, because Duke was honest, and when I would hear my grandfather whistle, I had to tell Duke I'll be right back or I'll see you later, and go do what my grandfather did.
15-cent grab.
38 Stone capsules with a nice glaze of ice and frost on top.
In a bag of lime ramen. Oh, I couldn't eat that.
Listen, Greg Debo and I, before I would come here on Monday nights, that was like my power alley night. One night I wasn't on the radio. I had some of the best times of my life with Greg and coming up here, all the people that were here, Ricky had it. And Jimmy, I love his family, I love his drive. Obviously, the stand and something else that he's doing really well. He and Sully, he just gets it.
Yeah, he does. That's important.
He's everything that you want a good saloon to be. Okay, let's talk a little bit of football. I see you have your boy up in Tampa. They mentioned Tony Dorsett today on Undisputed when he was a member of the Dallas team in 1978. Still was Tony Dorsett, Mount Rushmore, athletes. You've seen some great running backs from here. Coach James here, Curtis Martin, a lot of them. Tony Dorsett.
Every time I play the lottery, my numbers are Clemente 21, Dorsett 33, Bradshaw 12. My number is the new 66 every time. But
How many times you win?
Huh?
How many times you win?
Oh, I got maybe 20 back and invested $2 grand.
And you realize if we would have figured out his brother David needed glasses, he would have been the one to follow Terry Francona to the big leagues. I saw him the other day doing that thing for Cincinnati. He was great. He was the best.
But real quick, get back to Tony. You know, he's only 165 pounds, even in college. So, Notre Dame alone, he rushed for slightly under 1,000 yards career against Notre Dame. Nobody else was.
Yeah. Freaking nature.
He was. So will Pitt ever ascend to that type of talent? I mean, even through the Coach Fazio era and Danny and Longstead, I mean, think about it.
They'll be, you know, they're in the middle of a pack type team.
Yeah, they're in the wrong conference.
With players moving around left and right, when they probably get a nice nucleus, who knows, 4 or 5 of them go to Ohio State.
The portal was what changed it all.
Yeah,
The portal was a joke.
Listen,
I mean, it's good for the players, but the alumni and the season ticket holders, those are the ones that...
I come here because I don't have to talk. No shoulder, too. That's what I love about it. So all this stuff today, Chip Kelly's going to Ohio State, leaving UCLA by. You got Bill O'Brien going to Boston College after just taking the job. What do you make of this whole name, image, and likeness? What's going on in college football?
I like it in a way, but in another way, it's going to get too out of hand. And you're going to get, like I say, alumni people ticked off.
It's like the portal.
Exactly.
And you might get the government involved before then. They're going to say, I guess it's too rich for these boys at that age.
But you ever had a job where a turnover is a great thing? No, you haven't. It's where you build your roots, where you start. And when you dig them deep and set them, that's what happens.
Right.
And you become a champion. Nebraska, Ohio State, the University of Miami, Florida State. Go back into the 90s and look at what we have. And now it's, hell, you got Michigan, not taking away from their national championship, but you have people that were slighted because people were tired of seeing people in there. When's the last time Pitt has literally competed?
Well, they didn't run there with Pickett there, but they weren't in the top 10. They finished like 15th.
But here's the problem. So my partner on the Coos Market Black Eagle Sunday show, we had Travis Kelce as a partner. His name was Greg Diowood. So they had Eddie's head. They're a middle of the road agency. They don't usually have the top 5, top 10. They usually get the free agents, the lower round picks, and they made it work. Something in the super agent route seems to be living at, and then every once in a while get the crown jewels as they do. Do you realize the name, image, and likeness just for students that have graduated alumni with deep pockets who want their school to win? They're giving some of these middle-of-the-road players more money in name, image, and likeness than they're going to find making the pros. So it really is diluting a lot of the special team players from going to the pros because they're getting the name, image, and likeness money. So this thing is having I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's affecting the game all the way around. And as I said earlier, our friend Skip, proved it. I think his friend Nick Saban said, that's why I'm done. I'm going to ESPN. I don't want to do this anymore.
Right? He's going to make more money on ESPN than he is coaching. It's all like the diversities that he literally has going outside the Mercedes-Benz division, etc. So leaving a university that pays you $10 million. Now, don't get me wrong, $10 million is a huge dollar amount. But for him to leave, it's less stress for him to go do something that he can actually enjoy versus something that feels like work when you have everybody breathing down your neck. Alabama's always in the conversation for a national championship. Ohio State usually was in the conversation. Now you have, you can say Michigan because of Ohio State. Florida State got slighted this year, and all of it. Washington was never in the conversation, I promise you. It wasn't in the conversation. But look at it.
All right, let's talk about the Indianapolis Coast duty coming up.
I think it's a rebound year. It's got to be. They finished 3-8. They got a pretty interesting schedule. I looked at it. They got University of California comes to pitch since they joined the ACC. Now, who would have thought like 2 years ago that?
Now, if they had Rick Rose as quarterback, I'd be nervous. We love you, Ricky. We miss you.
Yes. But I look for a rebound here. Maybe 8-4, 9-3. They probably get beat by
Dayton Community College.
They play Youngstown, Kent State. They should get them. West Virginia will be a battle.
Yeah, it's all
But they could get on a run.
Be nice to see.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But look, all these young players, like Hayes, they're all going to the team. Is it because they get 100,000 in Happy Valley? Why are all these players from Western Pennsylvania that should be at least cocking the bit? I mean, they're going to Ohio State. You got this Rock kid,
Because they're on the
basketball
hot
player
train.
going to break the scoring record in Elwood tonight. Great swimmer. He's headed to Ohio State. What's up with that?
The hot train. They're just going with the label. It's the likeness. When you see something, it's like, how does Alabama recruit the way they do to have 3 top-notch quarterbacks 5 years in a row? How does a Clemson carry on? How does said university literally cornering? It's the sales pitch. If I come in and I sell you on me and you buy, everybody else is going to see that. They're going to say, you know what? I like what he's selling. Let's go.
All right, listen, I wanted to get to this earlier before we get to the game. This pirate logo on his hat. There's not a bigger.
I got him up here too.
I know there's not a bigger fan of baseball than this guy. Truly a gifted athlete, no matter what he says. He's a good guy. This guy knows all about it. So talk about the Pirates. I'm a little optimistic, more than I've been in a long time. I think they're going to finish at least 10 games above 500.
I think we'll be competing for a wild card. I think it'll be right around 500.
It's going to be the year. We can do it again.
And it all depends on that starting pitcher. You know, if that's Paul Skeens,
Skeens is ready.
they'll probably come up in June. We're going to save him for another year.
He's only going to be here for a handful of years. I said earlier to
Yeah,
Nick
that's right
Mancini,
now.
start him the opening day.
Well, he'll probably be ready, but
He could start opening.
Why
day.
not? What do
It
you got to
depends
do?
on Bradenton.
look at
On
Strasburg.
Bradenton, how he does.
Yeah.
You know, Ronald Chapman,
He's 35, but he still has
doesn't
some
matter.
heat.
Hey, 35 doesn't have anything to do with that arm.
Vince Keller's the ace of the staff, so if he can do what he did last year, pretty much build on that. And if Skeens is right behind him, and a couple of lefties,
I
we
mean,
got
what's he, 6'4"? Yeah,
Brings
listen,
in
he's a
100 miles an hour.
specimen.
Bednar's your closer.
And with Chapman. They're probably going to have all these games where they bring that bullpen in early. That's why they got Chapman. So
But you have to have offense in order to protect. You got to hit the ball.
Yeah.
Reynolds got to fire. Cabran got to be there. O'Neal Cruz got to be there. Like, everybody has to play their part. We'll see.
I think it'll be exciting. I think it'll be cool. I can't see the St. Louis Cardinals being held down anymore. They finished last.
Cincinnati.
They rebounded. They won't be in the cellar.
Cincinnati's the one.
So should I feel bad? Oakland is losing their baseball. I
do too.
and I know for sure.
Yes.
Well, now the mayor in Vegas says, maybe you should rethink it.
You should see the facility that they have planned to build
With the Tropicana.
This is state of the art. Like, it's state of the art. And it's going to be downtown. It's like Pittsburgh, except where PNC is downtown, but it's not downtown.
Oakland's pretty
But I
rough.
don't know what. But here's the problem. We grew up in South Bend. I mean, come on. When they had Reggie. I mean, by the blue. Yeah, they were everything. They made baseball fun. Yeah, man.
You wear them white shoes, that's what set it off.
Yeah, those white hats, like the great Rotary team.
Eckersley.
The greatest Little League team in the history.
Whoa.
You listen.
We did think we could play Taiwan though, but someone sponsored us to go to Williamsburg. We could have hung with them.
Oh, such memories, man. Down there on Grove Avenue where the home run king Bobby Kibler used to swing for the fence.
Practice the day of the game.
Listen, I saw Bobby Kibler hit a home run All-Star game at Leachville under the lights. It was one of the greatest nights of my life. Fireman Auxiliary, man. Kibler got a hold of that one. It could go
Bobby
all
and I
the
used to
way.
work together for a long
Harry
time.
Eccles,
Whoa!
Chino Miller. That was the auxiliary fireman.
Jim Sweeney.
They had beers when they were 12.
Who beat like 10 guys and walked 8 and threw a no-hitter. He was the best. I mean, you realize some of the baseball talent and Terry Francona. Listen, you were there. I mean, I don't think people understand.
Danny, his cousin, he was a
Now, you guys are a little young for Jack Clark, but Jack Clark, you're welcome. Oh yeah, he was a New Brighton faithful. My grandmother Debo, his mother and her were tighter than you could even imagine.
You know, when I think of all the memories on that football field, all the memories in that gymnasium, all the memories, this beautiful field they have here in the Moreland Field, I don't think I'd want to grow up anywhere else than this right now.
Or where they messed up is they didn't name one after Walt Debo, and they should have.
Listen, Whitey was a great.
There's still time though with all the other little sons.
Well, I coached in New Brighton for 17 years. Think about it.
Good man, Whitey. Good man,
Oldest is
Whitey.
30.
Okay, we're going to talk some football. These guys have a couple of drinks, shoot a game of pool, and get some great food. Don't forget, Big Game Day, this is the place to be, Jimmy Cage. Frequent these local bars, they're counting on you. Thanks to Ed Seawalk for keeping all the libations coming. And serving people on Virginia Avenue in Rochester since 1950. All right, by the way, you got barkeep actually wearing Iron City shirts. That is awesome. I mean, I love seeing that brand come to life again. Do you realize how many Iron Cities you probably served with your grandfather?
Oh, 100%. Like Fort Pitt, Schmitz. You could go back. We could keep going.
Tennessee.
All-Star.
Cream Ale, Glasser Brown, Old Mills.
Kohler.
Come on.
Listen, the first thing Pete would say, Pete's distributor, when my dad and I would show, he'd go, "You're here again." All right, now, how do you see this game unfolding? And we all love the legal sports book betting business. Let's face it, it's a great business metric. Let's keep a few shekels in your pocket to make it interesting so you don't lose everything. Talk to me about this game. Right now, under 3, your favorite, Shane. You two, we didn't talk enough about him. He's someone else who can catch the football. Go ahead.
It's a toss-up. I'm going to go 49ers. Crazy score. The over-and-under is 47. And I think it's going to go, you're playing indoors, there's two coaching offenses. I think it's going to put some points on it. So I think that's the better bet.
Over 60?
I don't know.
Over 60?
No, 47 and a half. So I'm going to go 30-26, 49ers. Kansas City's driving. They're on the 10. They're down 4. 10 seconds, 2 seconds to go. And just out of nowhere, they're inside the 10, last play of the game, down 4, so they got to go for the touchdown. All of a sudden, Taylor, she's coming down in a parachute. And Kelsey over the middle drops the TD pass. Taylor lands, throws the ring at him, and goes jumps on Christian McCaffrey and said, I'm out of here. That's fun. 30-26.
I loved it. Hey, I love that little Travis Kelsey.
Absolutely.
Nothing like young love to get your heart pounded, and it's good for the game, it's good PR.
Lesson there, a lesson.
And listen, I don't know any girl that I ever dated who would have flown straight from Tokyo and watched me do anything.
She didn't have the jet.
She's going to be late.
She wasn't a multi-billionaire.
Although she deserves the jet, especially the last one. Okay, now, I want to give you an opportunity. Break it down as far as the betting line. 2.5 right now. The latest could be different. We got Burgers Casino, Mountaineer, Prescott, The Meadows. Please get out. Great venues to go watch the game too. I've done radio there, I've done TV at these places. Love it, love it, love it. 2.5 right now. They say Frisco the favorite.
I'm taking Frisco at 5. I'm taking a -5.
Is this the last we will see of this eclectic group with Kansas City? When you think Jones and Kelsey and Mahomes?
That's a Monday podcast because I will tell you if they lose, they're disbanded. Everybody will go where the money's at.
Do they regret getting rid of Tyreek Hill? Now,
In my opinion,
closed doors,
wholeheartedly. That is the X factor, the weapon.
It's what you were. You're right. You do everything. Yeah. That's what you were.
Debo Samuel MVP. That's it.
I said McCaffrey, but I could go either way.
Listen, I'm just going to tell you why he reminds me of people saying, just be quiet. He ended up as a tailback. He played quarterback. He was an incredible defensive player. Joe Hamilton told me, the longtime coach in the Brighton Blackhawks, the greatest, toughest football player he ever coached. My friend, my best friend. And what radio station alongside, of course, the beloved KDK, which is on every day in your kitchen. I learned everything about sports. I learned how to throw a ball because of your father. I learned how to bet the Kentucky Derby. I understood what that final round for the PGA was all about. Black and white TV, Pat Summerall Company, CBS. And what was the station we always listened to out of New York?
WABC 77.
Well, my programs that you gave the Rosie was behind that plan. Much love. Love what you all do, but I will say this, down deep. Do you not want San Francisco to get number 6 to try to score?
It's irrelevant. I don't know.
I think it's irrelevant too. It's the decades are so far
Somebody's
apart.
going to do it. It's going to be Dallas, San Francisco. You have New England. They're all there. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that's our only bragging right for the last 10 years.
And we'll maybe get our 7th if we ever make a
Next
coaching
year.
game.
Next year. We made a lot of coaches. We made a lot of coaches changes.
How about with the Wizards over here? The guy came up with a magic wand that just got me all pumped up when I got the interview to do my 4th of these today. Tell them the scenario you brought up about maybe a new quarterback. One you wouldn't even be thinking about. Who told you this? Go ahead.
About
The guy out there in the
Justin Herbert potentially coming to the Steelers because Harbaugh would like to draft J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
Do you trade your first round overall and then like
that I do.
I do. All day. Say, Kenny, listen, learn something. Like I said before, if you put all of your eggs in a basket, you don't fire the guy who's got 8 years experience to try something new unless 8 years has been miserable.
McCarthy, you probably get the 6th round.
I said that. You could get McCarthy way late. Why?
And what do they need?
You don't want to there. Why did we draft Kenny Pickett in the first
They
round
brought
2
his
years ago?
offensive coordinator.
Why did we draft Kenny
They might have a point.
first round? 2 years ago, hometown favorite is because ESPN, all these guys, they hyped him up. Malik Willis, he was garbage. He watched these guys play, and were they better? They could have been, but guess what? We went with our hearts. You know where the Steelers fail? When they go with their hearts.
And they did because they were afraid of
All
Marino.
season. That's why we didn't fire Canada until we did. Because their hearts failed them. They had a heart attack. See ya.
Next year's make or break.
Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, or Justin Herbert is the rumors. I don't want Fields. I would take Kirk Cousins, but is it an instant fix? No. He has to learn the playbook.
And he's going to want $35 million.
He's younger than me. I can do it.
But here's the difference, Herbert Franks. That 2 to 3 second release makes that offensive line immediately.
He's 6'7", isn't he?
Give or take.
Herbert's 6'5".
Yeah, he's up there.
Here's why I love this guy. Not only did he work for Debo moving, but he also is the king of takeout. And he knows more about takeout bar food than anybody I've ever met. Every time I see him, he's got the bag, he got the styrofoam containers. Talk to me, and you can get anything from this place on any given night. What are some of your favorites?
Oh, the meathead. You gotta get the meathead. You gotta add lettuce, tomato, onions, and jalapenos with pepper jack cheese. Listen, one of the best sandwiches around.
The meathead.
And meathead. To die for. It's amazing.
I get it. All right, that's enough. Don't forget, it never ends. Coons Quality Food Sports Reports right early in the morning, 5:15 a.m. and every half hour till 7:45 a.m. And then 2 full hours of the best hometown sports talk show anywhere. There's always something good cooking on the Queens Market Black and Gold. Where? KDKA 100.1 FM AM 1020. Let me remind you one more time. Get the Odyssey app, download it on your smartphone, ADDACY, because wherever you go, we can go, and it's absolutely free. And as he was listening to them earlier tonight, I'm going to remind you one more time, there's always sports happening. 365 days a year, 7 days a week, 24/7, 93.7 The Fan.com. Good night.
Jimmy K.